Kick-ass facts! Pew, 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 pew! Ghost disease is the rather dramatic name given to a phenomenon that occurs in patients who have recently come out of anesthesia. The official medical name for it is postoperative delirium, and it is rather similar to sleep paralysis. Many patients report seeing ghosts in their hospital rooms shortly after waking from their anesthesia. Studies have shown that comparative rejections, being dumped for someone else, feels worse than non-comparative rejections, being dumped for literally any other reason. And this is because such rejections lead to an increased sense of exclusion and decreased belonging. By default, people react to a rejection as though it were comparative. That is, in the absence of any information about whether they have been rejected for someone or no one, they react as negatively as if they were rejected for someone. This is why reasons for your relationship ending matter. It's important to know why things have ended. People dealing with comparative rejection seem to have a harder time getting over things than those left for other reasons. So knock it off with the "it's not you, it's me." Speaking of breakups, studies also show that more men have been dumped than women. It also showed that men have been less likely to end relationships. The psychology behind this stems from women thinking more about their future than men and focusing on a relationship that will last a lifetime. Women tend to be more time-orientated, as growing a family won't be as easy for them as it is for men. For example, a man can still have children well into his 70s. He doesn't feel like he needs to end a relationship because, I can still not shoot blanks. Whereas most women can only usually give birth until their mid-40s, so if you want to have kids, you're on the bit of a clock. You actually do look better in person than in photographs. The reason you might think you look less attractive, you beautiful son of a bitch, is that the proximity of your face to the camera causes the lens to distort certain features. It can make some aspects of your face look more prominent than they do in real life. You'll notice this especially when taking a selfie on your smartphone. The lenses of almost all front cameras tend to be ultra-wide angle. The psychological effect of this is increased insecurities and anxieties among the general society as we rely more and more on our phones. This distorted self-image is even further worsened by what we see on social media, which are likely filtered, photoshopped, and touched-up versions of others. Don't believe everything you see. For example, I am actually 6 raccoons in a human suit. Move over Korea and Brazil, the United States has just recently taken the top spot for the most cosmetic surgeries per country. 24% of Americans have undergone some kind of cosmetic surgery, with more than 15 million procedures taking place every year. These procedures are mainly common among 40 to 50-year-olds. Out of all the cosmetic surgeries in the United States, liposuction and breast augmentations are the most popular. There's a reason sitcoms use pre-recorded laughter throughout their shows. That's because hearing another person laugh may trick you into feeling happy. So ultimately, you start associating the feeling of happiness with the show and will likely end up enjoying it. Neuroscientists believe that hearing another person laugh triggers mirror neurons that fool your brain into thinking you've been laughing the entire time. Sarcasm is a sign of a healthy and high-functioning brain. To convey a sarcastic comment, it requires you to think creatively, which in turn demands more cognitive effort and complex thinking. Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, but the highest form of intelligence, wrote Oscar Wilde.